Alright. What's up guys? I'm back. And this is gonna be part 6 of what if Deku was experimented on. Now real quick, I'm not proceeding after the Stain arc because this is mainly gonna be a retcon video because of course this is like the series that's been going down. It doesn't make any sense. So I just wanna like kind of redo it, you know? So I'm gonna mainly redo like part 3, 4, and 5. Because part 1 and 2, like I mean it's alright. But yeah, I'm gonna be like retconning some stuff, alright? So first I wanna go over the quirk again, you know. And Deku's quirk, of course, he doesn't have one, he's quirkless. Okay? The main goal of Deku was because like they wanted a quirkless dude to experiment on, you know? So the scientists they give him the blood from others to gain their quirks without taking them. So like it reduces suspicion. You know, this is gonna be a long like thing, but Deku's quirks for now are strength, teleportation, regeneration, fire, lightning, sensory, tracker, and enhancement. I'm pretty sure I made like others in the previous parts, but I'm gonna make these like the actual like official ones for now. And the sensory quirk is like a sixth sense, okay? So it's like, he like sees around him and all that. So Deku has more quirks that he has to find on his own though, because the scientists can't and doctors like they can't tell him what he has. But yeah, Deku's enhancement quirk is stronger than All Might's, I'm gonna say. But then again, like All Might is still the same strength as Deku because one for all it gets stronger each time it passes on. So they're kind of about the same. Plus, like All Might is in his prime now since Deku regenerated him, which means Deku does not have one for all. And I'm gonna get on that more like later on. But in this what if, Deku doesn't aim to be like the number one hero because he's forced to be a military weapon. He's just like right now being sent out to mainly go to UA to like just for him to experience like what he has to like protect mainly, I guess. So he's being treated as the number one hero, but he's not. If that makes any more sense. But the higher ups in this story are a combination of Japan's governments, which their government is the same as North America's, with like the three branches like of government. I think it's like legislative, judicial, and executive. They're all combined in this story. If it was in real life, then no, it'd be over. But yeah, that all three of them combined they basically create the higher up. So you cannot mess with them no matter what. So in this what if I feel like in the past parts I've been making Deku like more cheerful and all that, but it doesn't make sense because he gets like tortured and all that. So it would make more sense if Deku's personality was more like disciplined because of him spending his life as an experiment ever since he was like basically born. So they torture him on purpose to make sure he never tries to think of an escape or tries to attack him. So, like I say they do it if maybe every once a week, maybe two. I don't really know. Oh man, I need some water. I can wait. So yeah, 5 hours of yeah, it's like basically 5 hours of nearly ripping off his limbs, then burning his body at a high temperature, and then regenerating it as if it never happened. And then just to get inside of his head, like just telling him if he does something like they don't like, they will hurt or probably kill his mom. So they are like basically tearing him to shreds at this point. But he can't do anything about it. He's only like kind towards his mom and All Might in the beginning because he's close with All Might now at this point, and his mom is just his mom. Like you can't mess with her. And All Might knows what the scientists do to Deku, like the process of it, but he doesn't know the torture part, and Deku doesn't say anything because That's something that they probably don't like. But yeah, so All Might is told Deku doesn't feel the experiments happening, which is true, but he can feel the torture. And so All Might still counts Deku as a successor. I just want to say that. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. How you guys doing? I'm kind of just getting into this because I want to get this like video out because just to clear up the series. But yeah, so the scientists and doctors are told to take All Might's blood to like give to Deku, and he agrees because he's been planning to for like since the beginning. But because he wants him to have all for one. No wait, one for all. And Deku begs him to never give him one for all, like when he first like learned about it, unless he has to, because if he does, he wouldn't even be labeled as a human at that point. Like he'll just be too overpowered and then feared by literally everyone in the world. Because you take two enhancement quirks together, you're basically unstoppable. So it's like, well, what are you labeled as then? Like, probably sucks. But, All Might understands and he doesn't allow Deku to have his quirk. Which, in canon, if you don't want somebody to have your quirk, then they won't get it. Yeah, shoot, man, I'm trying to go through this way too fast. I don't even know if I'm making sense right now. I'll let it, like, process real quick. But, okay, so a mistake that I did in the last part, I made people know about Deku's quirks, but I'm gonna change that. So no one else knows of Deku and his quirks. Like to everyone, Deku only has a strength quirk. So he's like kind of like All Might, but he's more than that. But class 1A, they didn't see his fire quirk during the USJ because they were all separated. So no one's seen it. Like absolutely no one except for All Might. Oh shoot, man. Yeah, here, hold on. I'm gonna go get a water. I'll be right back. All right, yeah, I'm back. I got my water and I got my drink, but yeah. So basically, to make it more sense, I'm gonna say Deku wasn't like forced into the portal, so he wasn't with Mineta and Suyu. And Aizawa, he was basically knocked out at this point, so he couldn't even see Deku use his fire. So basically, you could say that he was just lucky at that point. But yeah, Mineta and Suyu, like, they didn't get hurt because it was over pretty fast. But yeah, his mom knows about the quirks, but doesn't know the process and the torture. Oh, and here's a big one. Okay, so I'm pretty sure in the recent parts I made Bakugo and Deku friends, but nah, I'm gonna change that. They're not friends. Bakugo hates how strong Deku is, but he's curious of Deku since like the beginning because I'm gonna keep with it like that. Bakugo did see Deku use his teleportation quirk. No one else did. I'm gonna say like he's seen it at the corner of his eye because Deku did it trying not to be seen, but Bakugo seen him for plot. Okay. But yeah, I think that's enough for like maybe the backstory. Um, I'm gonna go with the sports festival arc. So I'm gonna change it up a bit. So of course the agents like they still go to make sure Deku doesn't do anything because they're gonna make it so Deku doesn't being like seen as having multiple quirks. I'm gonna say it's the same as canon a little, but Deku tries to keep a low profile, only using his strength, regeneration, and enhancement quirk. But to everyone else, it's only a strength quirk. So, Deku uses like 15% of his strength to cause less damage, because if he did any more, it would probably destroy stuff. But the agents, they're still hidden, like in the stands. Todoroki and Deku's fight was more hectic because, of Deku's control of his quirk, and Todoroki still ends up using his fire in the end. And Yeah, Deku and Bakugo's fight. It was interesting to Deku because Deku had to put like 5% more power to his punches for Bakugo, which equaled out to 20%. So Deku was surprised. He was like, "Dang, like how did Bakugo like get that strong?" But Bakugo was more like strong, like smarter with like his tactics with fighting because of Deku, like overall strength. So the fight ended 15 seconds after like Deku activated 20%. So I'm gonna say around 45 seconds in total, which is a lot. Like that's like insane, really. But Deku was in first, Bakugo was in second, Todoroki was in third. During the race and the horse event, Deku won both of those because I mean, why not? If Deku can win both of those in canon without using his quirk, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I know. Did Deku win the horse thing? It doesn't matter, but still, he won. But so everyone sees that, like you're all like, "Ooh, I want him inside my thing," but nah. And the higher ups they were satisfied because the agents they went back to report on Deku, but the higher ups they were satisfied that there were no suspicions about Deku, and they were intrigued by Bakugo's hold against 20% of Deku's strength, but even if it was only for like 45 or 15 seconds. So that was something, and I'm gonna get inside the Stain arc now. Um, hmm. So yeah, the internships. Everyone wants Deku to go to theirs, but Deku he doesn't even get a choice because the higher ups are like, okay, yeah, you're going to Endeavor, which Endeavor wasn't told, but he did give Deku the option, so they didn't even have to like force him to do it, which was better for them because they didn't have to like be suspicious and all that. But Deku went, and Todoroki didn't care as much because at this point Todoroki accepted Deku as a friend. But of course, since Deku's more disciplined, like Deku doesn't care for friendships, but he does feel something for the class. Like he doesn't know what it is, but he feels like something like is going on with like the class and like his feelings. So Deku at this point, like he already knows about Ida and his brother because he keeps a close eye on everyone. But Deku doesn't care about Ida. But since he is part of the class, he does keep an eye on him, and he sees that he's getting slightly attached to the class at this point. Like, and he doesn't want to lose them. Like, even if it's Ida, because like this dude's being tortured all the time. So, do you really think like he wants to lose anybody that like he sees every single day, basically? Like, nah, I wouldn't. But yeah, Deku uses his tracker quirk to put on the entire class, including like Aizawa because he's the teacher, of course, but and like his mom and All Might also, just in case like he can sense if they're in trouble, and then he could teleport to them, send be like with the tracker. So just precautionary measures. Bro, I don't know why my mouth is like so dry. It's so weird. I don't know. How you guys doing? I didn't even ask how you guys are doing. I just kind of went into it, didn't I? Eh, I don't know. Hopefully you guys are doing good. But yeah. Deku pretends that like when he goes to intern with Endeavor, he pretends that he's only training on his strength quirk. But Deku overhears like the tips about using fire from Endeavor talking to Todoroki. Because Deku does have that fire and he wants to control it more since he kind of can't at this point. I mean, he can, but he doesn't know like the full gist of it. So Deku does learn some stuff, and Todoroki at this point he's more stronger with his fire and cannon, and uses both his quirks at once because he actually tries to understand what Endeavor's saying. So plus I want to make him more powerful since the movie messed him up. I don't know, man. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna say after that, like after they learn all that, the Nomu attack happens, and instantly Deku, Endeavor, and Todoroki, like they're basically killing or like attacking some of the Nomus. But then Deku senses Ida's in trouble, so he teleports to him without being seen. But then again, like before he does tell Endeavor and Todoroki where he's going and like what's up. So Deku sees Stain attacking Ida, and Deku, even though it is Ida, like still like of course don't be an Ida, but even as he sees Ida, like he has rage, like he is like furious, but he controls it because he wants to be more efficient to save Ida. So he just controls it, and then he comes down, knocks out Stain with like one blow, and ties him up within like 5 seconds because of course he has his speed on top of that. And Ida is like not badly damaged because I mean he's still like is stabbed like in the shoulder, but he's not that damaged. So he's yelling at Deku, but Deku just shuts him up by knocking him out, and then takes him out, like both of them out to the alley. But Native isn't there because he took off. That boy was like, "Nah, I'm a dip." But Endeavor and Todoroki, like they see Deku and try to talk to him, but you know, um, before like he says anything or tries to say anything, he like flash steps and then takes out the flying Nomu that was aiming towards him because nah, he ain't having that. Nah. So he just gives Stain to Endeavor, and then he takes Ida to like the nearest medical station, and that's the end of like that. Like Shigaraki, he sees like he's basically losing, so he goes back, and yeah. So a few days go by, and all right, I think maybe I'm gonna say the next day. The next day goes by, and Deku goes to Ida in the hospital and says he's sorry about his brother, but he should not be stupid and risk his life because of it. Because, oh man, I see Ida. In this one, I'm trying to make Deku, like, try and like his classmates in Ida, but it's so hard because, bro, it's Ida. But I don't know, just don't be an Ida, please. But Ida's annoyed about like Deku basically stealing his kill, even though he wasn't going to, but accepts his advice. And Endeavor and Todoroki and Kenji, the police dog, I think I found out his name, but they come in to talk to Deku. But Todoroki, he was like just tagged along. So they allow Ida and Todoroki to listen in, but Kenji says his speech about the law and taking out villains. Deku doesn't care as much because he saved his classmate, and if it was anybody else, bruh, he would let him die. Because he doesn't aim to be a hero. He's just like it's Ida. Like he doesn't want to lose a classmate. But if it was anybody else, he would let them die or get hurt. So Kenji then says like he's grateful and compliments Deku on his efficiency of taking out the hero killer. Like, bro, this is the hero killer. Like 5 seconds, no one else can take him out. Like, bro, that's mm-mm. Bro, that's crazy. Like, were they that praised inside like the canon? I don't think they were, bro. Like, bro, these people don't even have their hero license yet, and they instantly took out the hero killer. But anyway, um, hmm, what was it? Where was I at? Dang it, I'm so close to the end as well. But hmm, oh yeah, so Kenji says he can't let Deku get the credit, of course, especially because like he was told by the higher ups like, hey, don't give him the credit. Like they were trying to be more of like law force than being suspicious about Deku because they don't want anybody knowing about him. So yeah, he Endeavor is forced to take the credit, which he hates, but Deku doesn't care, and he just walks out saying that he was honored to be complimented by the head of police. And yeah, how about just leave it off with Deku walking out like a savage? But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a short one. I feel like it is. Like this is a really short one, but I don't know, I just kind of wanted to like fix the series because, bro, like if you've seen the recent parts, bro, like this series was going nowhere. I think it was making more fun of it than trying to like make a story out of it. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully I did better, like better justice on it because yeah, but guarantee the next part I'm gonna like make it better because Deku and this one he's supposed to be like more disciplined and like not cheerful. So, yeah, let me know if you like it. I basically retcon the entire series, but yeah, let me know. Should this video was supposed to come out like on Tuesday, but I was like, nah, I gotta like make a better script for it. And then yesterday I was planning on doing it, and I was like, nah, it's still not good enough. So today, of course, I had to upload. So, mm. uh, let me know what you guys think of it, and I guess I'd just do my outro because I have no idea what, what else to say. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, don't be an Eita, and peace out.